Once upon a time, there was a little boy called Howard who loved writing stories.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Young Howard wrote many stories and scripts.
Mr. Quackers was on his magic toilet.
But then one day he grew up and discovered alcohol and laziness, so he put his writing in the attic and forgot about it. 20 years later, Howard found his old stories and persuaded his lifelong friend Rufus to read them. Join Rufus and Howard as they embark on a mission to read everything he wrote, from the age of 5 until now, in The Worst Writer in the World.
Little Howard dreamed of being a writer, and so he sat and wrote every night. But everything he wrote was fucking shite, yeah. Wubba-dubba-doo, wubba-dubba-doo. Worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world, worst writer in the world. He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer.
Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new story on the worst writer in the world. Are you excited, Howard?
Oh, I am filled to the brim
Filled to the
with
brim.
veritable excitement.
Wow.
Veritable
Wow, you're really showing off some
excitement.
great words there. But then you are a fantastic writer, as
I
we
am
all
the
know
best writer
from
in the
this
world,
show.
as we know from the title of the show, the best writer in the world, which I think it's called, right?
Oh yeah, definitely called that, yeah. Just don't listen to it, okay?
No.
All right.
Or you at the start of every episode. I've selected
like
hearing.
you've ever listened to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Howard, it's a brand new story, and I believe this time it's a movie script written by
right,
Howard
yep.
Long.
Yeah, movie script by Howard Long.
Wow, what can you tell us about it?
It's brilliant. It's by a
Right.
genius.
What genre? What genre is it?
Romance.
Romance? Wow. So, when did you write this?
I'd say about 10 years ago.
About 10 years ago.
So
So,
it's
you were still a
quite-
young man?
Relatively. I'm younger than I am now.
Yeah, 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you spend a long time on it?
No.
Is this one of those scripts you spent many, many years redrafting and working on?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
How long?
I think most of it I wrote in about 2 days, to be honest with you.
Okay.
The bulk of it.
Excellent. Anything else we need to know about it before we get started, Howard?
Did I mention it's brilliant?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
then I think we've got that covered then.
Before we start, we should probably just mention that in this script there is talk of suicide, and because we are trying to be funny, we do make some jokes about suicide, particularly in this first episode and also a little bit in the second one. So if that's not the sort of thing you want to hear and you think you might find that like kind of unpleasant, fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe skip forward to maybe episode 4 or something, or just don't bother with this story. You know, we don't laugh at actual suicide. What we're laughing at is the way younger Howard wrote about it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get started, shall we?
Yes, please.
External, London skyline, night. Music is playing. It is live. You're still doing that. You're still doing that. A box appears. It is the TARDIS. He points a weird L-shaped thing at the woman. It is a gun. He picks up some liquid in a container. It is his coffee. Right? It's such a weird habit. From the familiar skyline of central London, we travel gradually into more unknown territory.
Who's we?
Space.
Yeah.
So me and you.
It's getting
Rufus and
better
Howard.
already, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. Basically, just like with one of your Doctor Who ones, I think probably it was Siege, I think, where it's we travel towards the spaceship, and you said it was us, me and you. So
Right.
this basically any script you write has us in it. I've always been a part of your life, and you know you are very much a part of your life. So you always, when you start a script, you're like, what are Rufus and Howard doing?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
They are travelling over the London skyline
Yeah, it's just like
into
floating.
unknown space.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on Earth, two people are falling in love.
Yeah, but forget about that. What's happening in space with Rufus and Howard? Rufus.
Rufus. So,
Yeah.
we've only known each other for like 10 years since
Yeah.
we were 1.
Yeah.
Do people believe it if we say we're 11? I mean, they can't see us. From listening to us and
Yeah.
the way we are. I mean, if we didn't...
We could just be like 11-year-olds who've
with
smoked a lot.
deep-voiced 11-year-olds. I mean, surely that's believable.
That is believable.
All right, so we travel, Rufus and Howard travel gradually into a more unknown territory, showing the bustling nightlife of the city until we resolve on external bar night. The live music comes from within.
Does it?
We travel indoors.
Travel.
It's us on like a trolley. I'm pushing you. You're sitting in a trolley, and I'm pushing you, and I've just pushed you into a bar, and they're like, "You can't bring that trolley."
Yeah.
What you doing? I'm like, he's disabled.
No travellers. We've gone in with like our hair in like plaits. What was travellers at?
Yeah, that's what travellers. All travellers. Anyone who travels anywhere. Basically, before you can get on a plane now, they make you plait your hair. It's weird.
Plait your hair and wear
have you got
tie-dye.
any fluids? Have you got any sharp things? And has your hair in plaits?
Yeah. And do you have a stinky child with you? That's what travellers have, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone on a plane has.
Tie-dye and a stinky child and hair in plaits. Okay, so a bunch of travellers go, me and you.
We're making different jokes here, listener, at the moment. I was pushing that anyone who travels is a traveller joke, and therefore saying that anyone who gets on a plane has to have their hair plaited, while Howard was really going for the insulting jippos line of reasoning. Yeah. And neither of us was really listening to the other. We were just pushing forward with our own ideas.
Yeah, okay, I'm listening to yours now. Everyone that gets on an airplane has to have a hair plait.
It's done now. That's pretty good, right? It's pretty funny, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they're called aeroplanes.
Nah, that makes sense. Because everyone's got hair.
Yeah, because haeroplanes.
And that's why they won't let me get on a plane.
And that's why they're all called haeroplats. Whenever you get on a haeroplat, that's why they have to plait your hair. Because that's why it's called a haeroplat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's...
Just say it again to reiterate, because nobody got the joke.
One more time.
Haeroplat. Okay, carry on.
I think they all got it now.
Okay, so we're travelling gradually.
We're travelling, basically, me and you.
In a haeroplat into a bar.
I've got you in a trolley. We've got our hair in plaits on our haeroplat, and we've just travelled into a bar. And apparently, it is a boho establishment.
What is that? What is a boho establishment?
Boho. I mean, maybe you just misspelt hobo. It's a boho establishment.
No, I think it means bohemian, doesn't it?
All right. Is boho a regular abbreviation of bohemian?
I don't know. I've not ever heard of it until you just said it.
You wrote it though. It is not an indie venue. It's owned by some big corporation then. It's part of a chain.
It's owned by Sony.
Yeah. So it's a boho establishment. It's not an indie venue. It is a little more upmarket.
Yeah, it's like it's bad script writing, that, isn't it? It's like saying, well, I don't need to say what it isn't. I mean, there's plenty of things it isn't.
It's
not a supermarket. Yeah. It is not a chocolate cob.
It's not a space monkey.
Yeah, there's none of those things.
There's a very long list on page 1, Howard. I don't think we need this. It has a warmth and jovial atmosphere.
Does it?
With ambient lighting. We move through the bar, past groups and couples, some listening to the music, some in conversation. It is a bar.
Yeah.
Some people are drinking and others are not. Some people are standing up and others are sitting down.
Some people have got heads. I just strike that. Everyone's got a head.
All the people have heads, but the tables don't.
I don't need to write that either, do I? Nobody's got heads. No, they've all got heads still. They've all got heads still, but I mean, I don't need to mention
whether
it.
or not they have heads is irrelevant.
Well,
it is relevant.
But they have got them.
It's relevant because they all have heads like a normal, regular bar.
It's a bar.
Yeah, okay.
It's a bar. It's a regular bar.
Headless Jim walks in. No, hang on. Headful Jim.
Headful Jim.
Yeah, he has got. Oh no, I've got to go up here again. I thought I'd got past it, but I haven't. Alright, so Headful Jim scratches his head, which he has got.
Yeah, which he's definitely got.
Alright, okay, so no, that didn't happen.
No.
Although it is true that everyone's got a head.
Everyone's got a head,
but we're just assuming that. Actually, the script doesn't address that. So maybe they haven't.
Maybe they haven't.
We don't know.
If I haven't said that everyone in this film has got a head, then they haven't got one.
Yeah, I mean, we can assume they haven't. Otherwise, you would have said.
Yeah, I certainly would have mentioned that they haven't not got heads. Because I'm really into mentioning things that aren't there. Yeah. All the people haven't not got heads. What?
Yeah, they haven't not got legs and they haven't not got bodies
either.
Cut 2. Interior, stairwell, flats, night. In contrast to the colour of the bar, we move past a lift with an out of order sign. good traditional representation of poor neighbourhood, right? Oh, it is a multi-storey housing block with lifts what don't work, and probably someone has pissed in them, and someone is selling drugs, and there's a punk here.
Someone you can definitely guarantee that if I've written it, someone's pissed in that lift, but only when it was on the top floor, and when there was a woman lying in it. Yeah.
So, past the lift with an out of order sign, up a starkly lit concrete staircase.
Stark, I like that word.
Yeah. Past unpainted, unattractive walls. It is rubbish. We go to a rubbish place with a load of rubbish walls.
Rubbish walls.
Rubbish, boring walls that are rubbish. Okay, back to the bar. It is brilliant here.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a head.
No one in these corridors have got heads because there's nobody here. I mean, it's reasonable
Okay.
to assume that the people in the corridors are headless since there isn't anyone there.
That's true.
Could be
Why
true.
would someone who isn't there have a head?
Exactly.
That would be a floating
Yeah, I mean, I
head.
certainly don't write the corridors are full of flowing heads. I mean, that's not on the page,
but
right?
you also don't say the corridors are not full.
That's true.
So I think we can assume they are. All right.
Yeah, all right.
So everyone in the bar,
Fair enough.
Everyone in the bar doesn't have a head.
Yeah.
Because all their heads
Heads
are in
are
this
in good
in this stairwell.
Going like, why doesn't the fucking lift work?
Where's my body gone?
We've got a bar. He's having a lovely time. How is he supposed to drink that drink? Oh, I'm here, stuck in this
It's in the
corridor,
bar, pouring a drink down its neck.
looking at these unattractive, unpainted walls.
Look at that rubbish wall. It's horrible. Cut to bar. Back to the
Hooray!
bar.
Hooray!
On a tiny stage, we discover the singer.
The singer, discover him.
him.
Christopher Columbus kind of like
Sticks a
waves
flag
onto
in
the
his
stage.
Sticks a flag in his head. Oh no, he hasn't got a head. Sticks a flag in his
Yeah,
neck.
he says, I declared, and says nothing because he hasn't got a head either.
Yeah, because both their heads are in the stairwell. Meanwhile, in the stairwell, one head is saying to another, I declare you mine.
Why did you just stick that flag in my neck, Christopher Columbus?
Because you're mine now.
I don't know why I thought that Christopher Columbus not having a head and sticking a flag in the neck of a bar singer was a good idea for a romance. But
No,
you
it's
know,
a weird start. It's a weird start.
pretty
I mean,
weird.
to be honest, a scene opening a film, a romance movie,
Yeah.
where you have a scene with a bar full of headless bodies and then a stairwell full of floating heads. I mean, that
pretty good,
that
right?
seems like it's it's amazing. But it
actually
seems
really good.
like it's setting up more of a ghosty film or a zombie film or something.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that like filming an empty stairwell was a good idea. That'd be a good scene.
Cut to empty stairwell. Well, you've started with full bar. Cut to empty stairwell. Cut back to full bar.
Maybe some kind of
Christopher
like
Columbus is
discourse on
discovering
the
cinema.
idea of loneliness or something like that. It could be like
Yeah.
thematic.
Well, we're going to go back to the corridor in a minute, so maybe we'll find out. We were setting something up. On a tiny stage, we discover the singer. He is under a sheet.
You see?
Christopher Columbus finds him under there and sticks a
Yeah,
flag in.
right. Yeah. There you are. Found you.
Yeah,
My
discovered
turn.
you.
Close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Found
8,
you. You were under the same sheet. Oh, I should have tried harder. Okay. No. Will, a handsome young man in his early 30s.
Nice. I like him already.
Will, a handsome, skinny young man with dark hair in his early 30s called
Benny
Howard.
guitar, is he?
Yeah. Who sings with an intensity and passion.
Oh, does he?
Clearly immersed in the moment
Sounds
under
like
his sheet.
No, he's a dick.
He sounds like a knob, right?
Just, yeah.
Yeah, he's but with like, singing with an intensity and passion. That's someone who takes themselves too seriously.
Yeah, his song's rubbish as well. I know, I've heard it.
Right, that's what he's doing.
But it is pretty much, yeah.
I can sing with intensity and passion. I'm full of intensity and passion. I just keep it a secret. I'm cool enough to pretend I haven't got any intensity and passion. I'm fucking full of it. Sometimes it spills out. Sometimes I get up in the morning, I forget to put my lid on, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And all my intensity and passion spills out all over the floor.
Your head?
Yeah, out of my head, yeah.
head
And I
lid.
have to clean it up and put
Those
my lid
passion
back on.
fruits just keep rolling out your neck hole.
Yeah.
I'm a passion fruit.
Basically, I'm just a passion fruit bag.
Yeah. As are all the characters in this film. Will, the passion fruit bag, plays
got
a
his
song
lid on.
intensely.
Right, so far in this script, all we've really done is we've
Yeah.
been flashing back and forward between a bar
Yeah.
and an empty corridor.
Right.
Okay, that's basically where we are so far in the script. Bar, empty corridor, blah, blah, blah.
Why are we flashing to an empty corridor?
I don't know. I guess maybe we'll find out. It's got to be important,
There's
right?
nobody in that corridor.
Well, there's all the floating heads, but apart from that,
Well, it doesn't sound empty to me.
no, that's just us.
Okay.
The script says the corridor's empty, so presumably it's going to become important. But,
Right.
you know, let's find out.
It's going to be one of the main players, do you think it's going to be?
Yeah. It's going to fall
Fred
in love
Corridor.
with a woman.
Yeah.
It's a romance between a woman and a corridor. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Let's find out what happens next.
Okay.
Cut to Interior, corridor, night.
Oh, yeah.
Having ascended the stairs, we make our way along the corridor to a door.
Oh, wow.
We pull back to reveal Will. He pulls a set of keys from his jacket pocket. Oh, that's weird. So it's gone bar, stairs with Will in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose is it just different timelines
Yeah.
running simultaneously? Okay. So back to the bar. Close up on the dexterity of Will's fingers as he plays the guitar. Not just on the dexterity of... Close up on Will waggling his fingers. Look at my dexterity. Look how amazing it is.
Look how dexterous his fingers are.
Yeah. Cut 2. Interior, corridor, night. Will's fingers fumble with the set of keys, uncertain as to which is the correct key to the door. He is a good guitar player, but he is rubbish at keys.
Yeah.
Pull back. Will tries a key, but it does not fit. It's the key of B flat. He goes, oh, hang on, I've got this the wrong way around.
Yeah.
No, it's the wrong type of key. I'm supposed to use a metal key, not a musical
Will
key.
looks down at his mangled guitar. Why? Why did I try and put my guitar in this keyhole?
Yeah, he has broken his guitar and the door. No, he pull back. Will tries a key, but it does not fit. The second key fits the lock.
Right.
So, I mean, you just think that's not his flat, but then the next thing says interior Will's flat, so it is.
Right.
So he doesn't know which of his own keys is his key to his own flat.
Maybe he's drunk or a moron.
Maybe, I think he's a moron.
Go with that.
He says he fumbles with a set of keys,
Maybe
uncertain
just-
as to which is the correct key to the door.
Well, maybe if this is not the heads floating around in the corridor now, and this is just his body that's come back.
Right, yeah.
That's cut off at the neck.
So the
right?
reason he's
he
uncertain
probably
is he
doesn't know
can't see
which
it.
key it's using.
Yeah, fair enough.
that
I
makes
don't think
sense.
I wouldn't be able to tell by touch. I don't think it'd be difficult.
If it depends how different they are. I mean, if it's like a Yale versus kind of like
Mortis.
like mortis lock key.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, I'll do. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, that sounded good, don't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if his fingers can't tell the difference between those kind of keys, then
He's
he's
got
got no
stupid
help,
fingers.
has he?
Yeah.
And apparently he's got dexterous fingers.
Yeah. What does Dexter think about that?
Yeah.
All right. So interior, Will's flat, night. Will enters and places his keys on a hook marked keys.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I mean, you've visualised that really well. You've gone. You know what happens when a person walks into their flat? I mean, they put their keys. Where do they put their keys? It's like you've really, you haven't missed anything. You've gone. He's got his keys in his hand. He's got his keys in his hand. What does he do with his keys? Does he stick them up a dog? No. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anyone stick them up a dog. Does he put them in a salad? No, I mean that's insane. He put his keys in his salad and eat his keys? No.
I know, he puts them on a key hook. What do you call a key hook, though? I don't know. Might about call it a hook that's got says keys on it.
Hooked marked keys, yeah. Hook marked
marked
keys.
keys, yeah.
Oh, brilliant, yeah. Oh, I'm so good.
Yeah,
And you are, because
research.
that is correct observation of how things work.
Yeah.
Don't put them up a dog. Put
Yeah.
them on a hook.
Yeah, marked keys.
Yeah. Then he takes them off the hook and puts them up a dog.
Oh,
no, you fell at the final hurdle. You were so close. No, he hangs his jacket on a hook beside it.
Mark's
Doesn't
jacket.
say Mark jacket.
Yeah, how does he know?
Yeah.
I guess because it doesn't say keys.
Yeah,
He's
only
just got two
hooks.
hooks.
He's got two hooks, and
Yeah,
only,
two hooks.
only one of them says keys.
Yeah.
He puts his jacket on a hook beside it and places his shoes on his shoe hooks. You've lost your observational skills at this stage. Shoe hooks? No, that's not a thing. Hang on. Delete, the backspace. Okay, he puts his shoes on the floor.
Gets his toothbrush off his toothbrush hook and cleans his teeth.
They're on his teeth
hooks. Yeah. And goes to bed hook.
Yeah, hangs himself up to sleep. Yeah, good. No, he places his shoes below. Doesn't say on a hook.
Oh, right. Below where? Just like in hell or something.
Yeah. And then he damns his shoes.
Or just in the room below. I mean, like in someone else's flat.
Yeah. He's got a hole in his floor that he drilled. Yeah. He got his big drill out, drills a hole, and drops his shoes into the...
someone else's flat. Yeah. Boy, I told you about
Stop
that.
dropping your shoes into my flat. Stop drilling holes in my ceiling.
I'm sorry, I don't have a hook for them. I don't know what else to do with them.
Two choices. 1, hook. 2, drill. That's all I've got, all right?
Yeah, it's true. It's certainly true in my world that drills are very important.
Okay, the flat is quite open plan and sparse.
Quite open plan and sparse.
What is
linear?
quite open plan? I mean, surely things are either open plan or not, right? It's got half-finished walls. Right?
There's just a toilet in the middle with a wall around it. It's like mostly open plan.
Almost entirely open plan, but some bits, like the toilet, are not in the main room. I mean, that's probably true of almost anywhere, isn't it? I've never been to a house that is 100% open plan, including the bathroom and toilet and everything.
Yeah, the roof.
There's no rooms, no rooms, no walls, no roof. Oh, I went to the most wonderful open plan house the other day. Had some cows in it eating grass.
Yeah.
Okay. A kitchenette stroke diner is divided from the lounge area by a breakfast bar.
There you go. That's why it's not completely open plan, because there's a kitchenette stroke diner, breakfast bar.
There are no paintings hanging on the wall.
What else isn't hanging on the wall? What else is not hanging on these walls?
There are no dogs hanging on the walls.
Okay.
There are no sausages hanging on the walls.
No sausages.
There are no pigs.
No. I'm very interested in like, randomly listing things that aren't there in my scenes.
Yeah, you love that.
There's not a sheep here. Why? Why you say that? Why does he write that?
There,
what does that mean?
Yeah, there are no French people here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, right.
Is it he really hates art, maybe?
He loves walls and he hates art.
Oh, he's recently sold his paintings?
Covering his walls with art is like just the worst thing.
Are there like dark patches where there's no paintings?
No, it says rather. There are no paintings on the wall, rather a series of post-it notes in rows of different colours fill the wall space. A door leads to a bedroom. All right, so it's open plan in the sense that it's got a separate bedroom, and another to a bathroom, so it's got another bathroom. Basically, it's open plan in the sense that, or part open, quite open plan, because it's got a kitchenette with a breakfast bar. Breakfast bar is basically half a wall, isn't it? So every other room is separate, but the kitchen is only half separate. So it's quite open plan.
Well, I don't know what that was called, so I put quite open plan.
So we've just had a detailed description of what Will's flat does and doesn't contain. All right. And now we're back to...
Interior bar, night. Behind the bar, a pair of female hands are washed under a tap. All right. So is it Will's doing that? Will has got a pair of female hands. He's washing them, going, I'm just getting the blood off. I've just got to wash the blood off. Oh, more blood keeps coming out. Quick, get rid of the blood. Oh, there's more of it. Oh, it's terrible.
He's got Dexter's hands and he's got a pair of female hands.
He's got Dexter's fingers.
Okay.
Right? But he's got to attach them to something. So he's got hold of this woman's hands. He's going to cut her fingers off.
He's building a person.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why there's headless people and everything. It's a real weird world where you...
Will Frankenstein.
Yeah. I like it. It's a good film.
Ooh. It is. You said this was going to be rubbish, but it's amazing. Yeah. I mean, we're only on page 2.
Oh, wow.
And we've already had the bar of headless people. All right. We've had the corridor of floating heads. We've had Will's confusing flat, which is both open plan and not open plan at the same time. Yeah. And now we've got, back in the bar, some mysterious person, possibly Will, washing the hands he's just chopped off a woman.
Yeah.
This is amazing. We pull back to reveal Eve.
Oh, hello.
An attractive bar girl.
Ooh, girl.
What's a bar girl? Howard, what is a bar girl?
It's a little girl.
Little girl who works in a bar.
Yeah. It's a romance. She's a girl.
Yeah, okay.
Sexy girl with hands. She's got hands.
She's had them chopped off.
Oh.
We pull back to reveal Eve, an attractive bar girl who doesn't have any hands left.
No.
No. An attractive bar girl in her late 20s.
Girl in her late 20s. That's a bit weird.
Yeah, an old girl. With an individual taste in clothing beneath her uniform apron. Well, that tells me a lot about her. She's got an individual taste in clothing.
Yeah.
So she likes wearing... she's got a chicken on her head.
She likes wearing ononesies.
She's got a chicken on her head and onesies, yeah. She's got a dinosaur onesie and a chicken on her head and, like, a pig around her neck.
Yeah, exactly. Because nobody... I mean, it's individual. Nobody in the world dresses like she does.
Nobody else has ever looked like this, ever.
Yeah, it's definitely a pig around the neck and a chicken in her head, yeah.
Because who does that? No one.
No one. Apart from Eve.
Yeah. Exactly, she's individual.
That 25-year-old girl.
29-year-old girl.
29?
No, it says late 20s.
Okay, 28-year-old girl with a chicken on her. 28-year-old girl with a chicken on her head takes her hands out of the sink.
28-year-old child with a chicken on her head and a pig around her neck is washing her own hands that she just cut off in the sink. Yeah. She's finding this difficult because she hasn't got any hands. Yeah. All right, no. As she washes her hands, she watches Will on stage, clearly enjoying his performance. This respite is short-lived as
respite?
watching him, I guess,
right.
as she is interrupted by the local drunk at the end of the bar.
Local drunk.
Howard. demanding
that
her
his name?
attention. Howard is a wiry, bitter...
Is that Howard?
Yeah, Howard is a wiry, bitter man in his late 40s. I mean, it doesn't say Howard, but I'm changing it.
Okay.
Right? No, it says Jim. She shares a here we go again look with another barmaid, but immediately puts on a brave face. Wow, she's got a lot of body parts that she's got. She's just been washing those hands, those other women's hands.
Yeah.
Now she's got her brave face out and, like, put it on. She's going up to Jim, the local drunk. Jim's like, fucking hell, she's got a face on. So she puts on another face and moves down the bar, gets up on it, slides along towards Jim, wiping her hands on her apron and smiling as she goes. So I don't need to picture that, right? She's walking towards him and she's like... Basically, she's rubbing her legs and grinning. Oh, Jim. Oh, here I come, Jim. I've got my special face on and I'm coming to get you. Oh, rubbing her legs.
It's good.
Cut 2. Interior, Will's flat, night. Will passes through.
Like, goes to the other side. I mean,
Walk through walls. Will passes through, unbuttoning his shirt. Sexy time.
Yeah.
Interior, Will's bedroom, night. Will bums himself.
no.
Will opens his wardrobe. There is a row of empty hangers. He turns to a row of black bin liners. As he undresses, he places his clothes into one of these bags. He's a murderer.
Yeah.
He is a murderer, right? Yeah. Why is he chucking his clothes away? He's got no clothes in his wardrobe, but he's got a line of black bin liners, and he's just taking his clothes off, and he's chucking his clothes away.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, murderers can fall in love too, right?
That's true, yeah. All right. Interior, Will's bathroom, night. The bathroom cabinet is mirrored, but it has steamed up now from the hot water. Will, in a dressing gown, wipes the mirror and stares at himself until the mirror steams up again.
Where do you get the dressing gown from? Well, there was nothing in his wardrobe.
It was probably on his dressing gown hook.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. He's probably borrowed it from Doctor Strange. It probably flew in and landed on him.
Yeah, probably.
That's a famous thing about Doctor Strange, isn't
That
it?
he has a dressing gown and flies in on it.
Yeah.
That's the famous thing about Doctor Strange. When you need a dressing gown, he flies in and gives you one. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know the character that well. It might be. That's his main.
You're going to believe me then, aren't you?
His main superpower is giving people dressing gowns when they need them. Flying in. Here's your dressing gown, sir.
He's not Doctor Normal.
No, Dr. Normal turns up about half an hour later in a taxi.
Yeah.
I've got your dressing gown. Oh, it's all right.
no,
Doctor Strange already flew in half an hour ago and gave me one. Thanks, Dr. Normal. And he's like, oh, every time. I'm going to have to quit my dressing gown delivery business. Yeah. Damn that Doctor Strange. Like, why do you need to be a doctor to do that? You're going to be Mr. Strange, couldn't you? There's a lot of wasted studies. Right, okay, so he's got his dressing gown. He wipes the mirror, stares at himself until the mirror steams up again. That's quite a while, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be like 20. That's one of your 10-second things again, isn't it?
Yeah.
He slides open the cabinet, which is full of paraphernalia.
Oh, wow.
Including many various pill bottles.
Many various.
Many various pill bottles.
Many various pill bottles.
Many various. It doesn't work with everything, does it? Anyway, he opens the cabinet, which is full of paraphernalia, including many various pill bottles, and removes a packet of razor blades. Ooh, murder items. He's a murderer. Yep. He attempts to open the packet, but it is very difficult to open. It is hardened plastic and fully sealed. Oh, fucking hell. I can't get into my hardened plastic packet. He can't get in. Basically, he is a murderer, but he's a really weak one.
What is this? Is this like a sentence of irony, suggesting that if only he had a razor blade, he could open it with ease, but because they're inside it, it's like Schrodinger's razor blade. I have no idea what Schrodinger's cat is.
Not that old. It's not. Basically, no, Schrodinger's cat is an amazing thought experiment.
Yes,
where there's a cat in a box, and the only way you can get the cat out of the box is by using a cat. But the cat's in the box. They're like, oh, fucking hell, my cat's in my box and I can't get it out because I need a cat to open my box. Oh, Schrodinger's cat, the famous thought experiment.
Schrodinger's razor blade. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Is there a razor blade in the box? He doesn't know because he can't open it because the razor blade's in the box.
That's exactly like Schrodinger's cat.
Exactly, yeah, I know.
All right, anyway, no, it's not that, because next line is, Will brings out some nail scissors, which he uses to cut through the plastic. He takes a razor blade from the packet. He holds it up and watches the light reflect upon it. He places the blade on the edge of the bath. He sits and stares into space. Haunted. Woo! A ghost turns up. Fucking hell. Oh, he sits on the edge of the bath next to his friend, the razor blade.
Yeah.
He's about to have a nice chat with him. Hello, Mr. Razorblade. How was your day? Mine was very good. Then a ghost turns up and haunts him. He's like, I'm trying to have a bath.
He's staring into space, so there's a hole in his roof, right? You can see space. That's where we are as well, if I recall
That's
rightly.
why.
We're in space.
He was about to kill himself with a razor blade, but then he looks out of the hole in his roof and he's like, oh, there's two people floating up there.
Where did that hole come from? Did they put what are these shoes doing here? It's like, as his floating in
Someone's
space,
getting
put
him
our
back.
shoes there.
Alright, so we've just watched Will contemplating suicide in his bathroom.
Did we watch that?
Or listened to.
Okay.
I mean, I'm watching it because I'm looking at the script. Right?
Okay, fair
it's
enough.
a movie. If in reality we'd be watching it, right? If it had ever been made.
Oh, yeah, well.
Right. But
Dream on, Marlon.
so we've just watched Will contemplating suicide. But because this film is jumping back and forth between suicide and having a gig, because Howard Long loves jumping, right? Yeah. Because it's going back and forth between these 2 points in time. Now we go back to the bar. Cut to interior bar night. Will comes to the end of his song, his eyes alive with feeling.
He's in many places many times thinking different things, isn't he? He's like, 1 minute he's alive with feeling, the next minute he's staring
dead in
at
space
through a hole in his ceiling.
Yeah, that.
With a razor blade pal.
Yeah, his friend the razor blade, trying to have a bath.
Yeah. Hello, I'm the razor blade.
Hello, I'm Will.
Shall we have a nice bath now, Mr. Will?
That sounds very nice, but don't cut me this time, will you? Will comes to the end of the song, his eyes alive with feeling. The crowd applaud enthusiastically.
Oh.
Fade to interior, Will's bathroom, night. The sound, I don't think I'm going to need a voice for Will, he's never going to say anything. The sound of applause becomes the sound of water running.
Doesn't it?
The bath is almost full. Will stands and turns off the tap. Because that is how baths work.
Hey!
I have observed it like I did with the key hook.
Yeah, it's research, man. Research.
Yeah. He disrobes and gets in the bath.
Right, what you know.
It is-
Turning off baths.
Yeah.
I know all about that.
Getting in baths.
Getting in baths.
It is very
Disrobing.
hot and
Is it?
initially causes some discomfort.
But then it is not hot.
Basically, what you're saying is Will gets in going, "Ooh, that's what you do, right? When you get in a hot bath and you're alone and you're not worried about like looking like a moron, you're like, "Ooh, ooh," and then you lower yourself in like a twit going, oh, that's all right. I'm all right now. I've got used to it. Yeah. Right. So that's this scene.
That's a good scene. That would be a good scene.
Yeah, it would.
I tend to just kind of like swear. I go, fuck! And then like go for a walk and come back.
Like outside with your towel on. He submerges himself for a short time. Dive. He pretends to be a submarine.
James Bond is in him.
He sticks his penis out and pretends it is a periscope.
Up periscope, Captain. I can shoot Glowfell through your penis.
When he is finished pretending to be a submarine in his bath, he kills himself.
Which of the other characters will be Will's love interest? That drunk tramp in the bar? The bar girl with a chicken on her head? Or surprise choice C, Darth Vader?
Where's Padme? Is she safe? Is she alright?
Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world. Worst writer in the world.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Worst Writer in the World.
Hooray!
We'll be back next week with part 2 when things really start to hot up, probably.
Yeah, it's going to get saucy next week.
Absolutely. If you'd like more entertainment by us, then check out our secret gang on patreon.com/manbycow, where you can get extended episodes of this show, pages from the script with all the bits we cut from these episodes,
Great.
and so much more. So much more.
Other stuff, yeah.
And if you'd like to hear us read things that you've written instead of just rubbish that Howard wrote, then why not write us a plot so far and send it to us at manbycow@gmail.com, and maybe we'll read yours at the start of next week's show. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Milk.
You're so helpful.
He's a stupid, suck-ass, rubbish writer. Yeah.